following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
A pair of men suspected in the Macomb burglary are behind bars. Where else they're facing charges ahead.
And WIU students and faculty members are getting ready for the Halloween season at Hornfield campus.
Plus rain and fall-like temperatures coming up this week. Your Storm Team 3 5-day forecast coming up.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Two people believed to be involved in a string of technology thefts are in jail. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4.
That's right, 24-year-old Michael Davis from Chicago and 31-year-old William Sanders of Bellwood, Illinois, have been arrested in connection to a burglary in Macomb. About $33,000 in cell phones, tablets, and accessories were stolen back in early July from the U.S. Cellular store on East Jackson Street. Police say they believe both men are involved in similar crimes in the area and even crimes in Iowa and Wisconsin. Davis and Sanders are lodged in the Scout County, Iowa jail.
A Macomb man is in custody after police say he attempted to run away from a traffic stop in a stolen car. 20-year-old Justin Crawford was stopped by Macomb police after it was confirmed he was driving a stolen vehicle. Police say it was a typical traffic stop until he sped away. Police say Crawford sped away during the stop and took this route. He proceeded north on Charles, running the stop sign at Charles and Pierce. They say he then continued down Charles and turned left onto Orchard Street. Police say they found the vehicle abandoned on Stadium Street. Police then found and arrested Crawford somewhere near the 900 block of North Charles. Crawford's charges includes disobeying a stop sign and reckless driving, along with other charges. He's being held at the McDonough County Jail. A court date is yet to be announced.
Local police are seeking the public's input and trying to create an open conversation with the community. Wednesday morning from 9 to 11, the public had an opportunity to have a conversation with the officers from OPS. Coffee with a Cop was an event designed to get people more comfortable and create good relationships between the community and officers. The event attracted around 75 people, including WIU President Jack Thomas. Thomas said he thinks it's a great way for students to talk to officers in a relaxed environment.
A private leasing service meant to provide EMS relief for Macomb firefighters have been approved to come to Macomb. City Council approved lifeguard ambulance to help the Macomb Fire Department when they are on low staff during shifts.
I think the chief said about 15% of calls are fire calls, and we have an average of about 10 a day.
When the crew leaves the station, there is only one firefighter that stays back for other 911 calls. With the new company, they will only lose one firefighter on every 3 calls because they will have a 3-ambulance rotation. Since lifeguard ambulances are going to be in active fire department buildings, the fire department will now have to make room for the new ambulances. City Administrator Dean Torreson says the firefighters will do the majority of the labor, keeping the cost relatively low for the city. An old 1929 parade engine the fire department owns will then stay in the temperature-controlled garage.
And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The annual Big Pink Volleyball Tournament is returning to WIU. This event is a fundraiser towards breast cancer charities. This year, money will be donated to the Dolores K. Switzer Women's Center. The tournament will take place Monday, October 16th through October 19th at the Recreation Center. The games will be scheduled from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. each night of the event. To register for the event, visit wiu.edu and search Big Pink Volleyball. Registration for teams ends next Tuesday, October 10th.
The 21st Annual Agriculture Career Fair was held at WIU yesterday. The fair is specially designed to focus on agriculture career opportunities for all ag students. This fair is the biggest aspect for the School of Agriculture. 53 companies came to recruit students for internships and job possibilities. By dealing directly with agriculture students, companies were able to give students insight into their professions obtaining with agriculture.
WIU students and staff at Hornfield campus are coming together for Halloween to frighten and scare families in the Macomb area. News 3's Raul Villalobos has more.
Hornfield Campus is a unit of WIU's Department of Recreation, Parks, and Tourism Administration. Located about 1 mile south of Macomb, Hornfield contains several nature trails. Throughout the year, the atmosphere is peaceful and relaxing, but when October comes, it becomes a place of terror. And the woman who brings this Fright Fest every year is Hornfield Campus Director Mindy Pfeiffer.
In the 90s, a recreation programming professor and a class put together the first haunted trail in the woods at Hornfield campus.
Hornfield will also have a family-friendly trail for the children during the evening, with proceeds from ticket sales going towards programs and facilities offered at Hornfield.
The $5 ticket admission for the haunted trail will go into a Hornfield campus general operating account. We're self-revenue generating operation, so it will help us build a little bit of a surplus for our programs and facilities.
What you can expect from the haunted trail is, brace yourself, zombies.
When guests arrive at Hornfield campus, they're going to arrive to a survivor campsite, and then from there on out, they're going to head into the woods and fight some zombies on their own.
So if you plan to come out, be prepared for the zombie apocalypse. For News 3, I'm Raul Villalobos.
The Hornfield Haunted Trail is set to open Sunday, October 29th, with the family-friendly trail from 6 to 7 p.m. and the haunted trail from 8 to 10 p.m.
Coming up on News 3, live at 4. We will have a little interview with an Illinois resident who was at Sunday's Las Vegas shooting. That story and more details on the possible Chicago connection ahead.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Garrett Covington chose Western Illinois University because of the law enforcement program and the chance to be a leatherneck.
Western has one of the best law enforcement programs in the nation, and I get to play the game I love. Whether I go pro or I go to law school, because of Western, I would take my success to another level. I am a success story. I am a leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Investigators in Nevada and across the country are working to piece together events that led to the deadly mass shooting in Las Vegas Sunday night.
Authorities say 58 people were killed and they've just adjusted the number of injured. They now say the shooting hurt around 489 people. More than 300 of those injured have now been discharged from hospitals.
Joining us now is an Illinois resident who was at a conference in Las Vegas during Sunday's deadly shootings.
Danielle Salerno, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Good. We understand that you just returned home to Wheaton from Las Vegas.
That's correct.
Where exactly were you when the shooting took place?
I was at a place called Cabo Wabo. It's kind of like a taco bar that is several blocks north of where the shooting took place. At that time, we were just finishing dinner when everything started to happen. We were hearing a lot of sirens, seeing ambulances and things like that.
Did you hear any gunfire by chance, or was it all just kind of background?
We weren't able to hear that because there was a lot of loud music that was taking place, but there was a lot of suspicious activity because we didn't think there should have been as many ambulances as we were seeing.
And did anyone around you know what was going on at that point in time?
No, it didn't look like anyone had any idea what was going on, actually, for quite some time after that did take place.
What were some of the thoughts going on through your head while this was all occurring?
Actually, I was looking at the person I was having dinner with, and we were just commenting like that this is how it sounds when you're eating dinner, like downtown Chicago, like just several emergencies, ambulances, things going by, and I didn't remember it being this way last time I was in Vegas. So at that time, I think I started to wonder really like what was going on.
Wow. And throughout all of this, and when this was happening, do you feel that it was fairly organized, or how would you explain it? Was it chaos or anything?
No, it wasn't. It was actually handled really well. We were recounting that. Basically, we had headed to the Paris Hotel. We went up to the top, and we started seeing emergency vehicles that were no longer just police cars, fire trucks, or ambulances. It looked like they were more of like FBI. There was white vans, things like that. At that point, we noticed that some staff was gathering separately, and I thought I heard some chatter. We went online to see if we could find anything out about what was going on. We got some YouTube footage that was starting to come up. We found out that it was a few people. They were only reporting 2 at the time that had been shot, but that it was at the concert. So at that point, we knew we needed to make our way down. And we tried to get into the Flamingo hotels to take the monorail back to our hotel, and we were unable to do that. The hotel was on lockdown. They did shuffle us to a monorail, which at that time, the transit authority did an excellent job at getting everybody back where they needed to go.
Yeah, so even that was an organized event, even through the monorail officials. And
yeah, it looked like they had everything. Some kind of crisis plan was definitely in place. The person that was running the transportation told everyone that they needed to get on. They said it was only going to go in one direction, and everybody needed to get to their hotels.
Well, thank you, Danielle, for talking to us after all this has happened. It's been a very emotional time, I understand.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's a possible Illinois connection to the Las Vegas shooter, Stephen Paddock. New information indicates Paddock may have researched other locations prior to the attack. A person with his name booked a room at Chicago's Blackstone Hotel for August during the Lollapalooza music festival. That's according to a spokeswoman for Wagstaff Worldwide Media, which represents the hotel. The hotel is across the street from where Lollapalooza happened. It's not clear if a person who made the reservation was the person who carried out the Las Vegas attack. The spokeswoman says that person never checked in. Chicago police say they were aware of the details and are in touch with the federal authorities.
Coming up, we've seen some precipitation today, but what will be more on the way. News 3 storm forecast is ahead.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
I think what I love most about News 3 is that we're really provided with a real-world experience. We're able to get hands-on work in news, and it's very similar to what you would find in a real newsroom, but everyone around here is really good about pushing you to be your best. News 3 has really taught me to believe in myself, and that if you work hard, you can achieve anything you want. News can sometimes be really tricky, and you have a lot of roadblocks. All of us hold each other to really high standards, and I think that really shows in our newscasts.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to Live at 4. The Macomb High volleyball team returned to the hangar on Wednesday night against Quincy Notre Dame. In a pink-out game, the Bombers, in support of breast cancer awareness, getting ready for the start of the game. Solid start from the Raiders, an ace from Lauren Roberts. Maddie Peters now sets it up for Molly Penn, who finds the floor. QND led 13-8 at the time. Now set point in the first set, Roberts sets it up and Hummert again slaps it over the middle on the floor. The Raiders take the first set 25-11. Switching sides into the second set, this time the Bombers come out red hot. Maggie Valillo from the right sends it over for the emphatic kill. This kill from Autumn Kindheart forced a QND timeout. They were all the way ahead. The MHS student section were really loving it at the time in the pink out. They got volleyballs, throwing them all around. Good dig by Jordan Harris sets up Anna Dively, who twists and knocks it over for the point, putting the Bombers ahead 16-14 at the time. Ultimately, the Raiders would pull away at the end. Harris sends it back from Aaron Carey, who is there for the block. QND wins set 2, 25-19. Also, a big congratulations to QND volleyball coach Rich Meyer on his 800th career victory. Moving on from Notre Dame, Macomb visits Quincy High for the Quincy Blue Devil Invitational starting on Saturday morning at 9. West Prairie volleyball back in action as well against the Augusta Southeastern Suns, wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. The Suns scoring first as they find space over the right-hand side, and libero Carly Herman is unable to handle it. West Prairie would come right back and try and cause some damage. Finding the floor is Erica Clark. What kind of highlight would it be without Peyton Bowman finding the floor over the middle, the 6-footer? And wait, did I say Peyton Bowman? Again, with the wraparound now going cross-court for the kill. That would be the end of the first set. Into the second set now, again, more West Prairie. And this time it's Pema Zellman who finds space between the back row. And if you can't tell, West Prairie are really good up front. Pema Zellman, again with the points. And someone tell Peyton Bowman to just quit it, because right here she just slaps the ball to the floor, and there is nothing that the Suns can do about it. Match point now, the Suns unable to handle the ball, loose ball out of bounds, and it would be an easy 2-set win for Bushnell West Prairie. They take it again 2 sets, and they improve their record to 16-5 on the regular season. They go on the road Monday night to Peoria Heights to take on the Patriots. Both Macomb High golf teams have reached postseason play already. The Bomber boys hosted the regional on Tuesday, while the girls traveled to Camp Point on Wednesday. The Macomb boys actually edged out Galesburg by just 1 stroke. You see the scores on your screen now. Galesburg 320, Macomb 319. John Michael Nixa shot a 75 to lead the way for the Bombers. The boys head to Champaign Central Sectional at the University of Illinois to continue their state run. Macomb also taking the women's regional. Sophomore Emma Thurman, you see the points there, 353 for the women, shot a 75, Emma Thurman. The girls head to Williamsville Sectional, again in the at the Rail Golf Course in Springfield. Bushnell West Prairie just 1 win away from playoff berth. After Friday's defeat to Farmington, David Rodis and his players are gearing up for Peoria Heights. After suffering their second loss of the season, Bushnell West Prairie coach David Rodis says his team counted themselves out too early.
Well, I kind of felt like we kind of let Farmington have that game. We kind of played like we were scared of them, and I didn't understand why. Because, you know, after I told them that, we kind of talked about that in the first quarter. After we decided we could play with them, we did.
Rodis thinks quarterback Charlie Hensley deserves a lot of praise after taking over the starting quarterback role.
You know, Hensley has stepped into a major role as quarterback since Devin's been hurt, and done a great job. I can't ask anything else of him. He's done an amazing job doing that and doing defense as well at the same time. He's playing both ways.
With playoffs on the way, the Sparklones are locked and loaded.
You know, we focus on Peoria Heights right now, and we got to make sure we get that 5th win. We're not going to be satisfied with that. We want to be, looking at a 7-2 season is what we're wanting, but right now we're focused on Heights. We got to get this W, and then we can move on from there.
Kickoff for Friday night's matchup is scheduled for 7 o'clock in Peoria Heights. And after suffering its 5th loss of the season, Macomb High football is officially eliminated from playoff consideration. But head coach Tony Weston and his Bombers are ready to play spoiler.
Although the Bombers are out of the postseason, they are still hard at work preparing for QND.
We've drawn up a wide variance of options that we could see, and we're trying to show in rapid succession how to think on the fly defensively.
It's homecoming for the Bombers, and Weston wants his team focused.
I think in this day and age, a lot of times we get lost in all the distractions, and they need to remember that in 20 years, when they're sitting around rehashing, it's going to be about the game.
There are some rumblings about more students joining MHS football in the near future.
We're already starting to hear some chatter in the hallways where it's like, man, I didn't know it was like that. I want to go out, which is really weird when you've had the season we're having. But I think they're able to see through some of that and understand what's bubbling underneath.
For News 3, I'm Sports Director Danny Fry.
The Bombers play host to Quincy Notre Dame Friday night at 7 for homecoming. Western Illinois football suffered a close loss at home last week, but the Leathernecks go back on the road, a place that has been very kind for them.
Our guys would be ready. They love playing on the road. They love the challenge of being the visiting team and going against the home crowd, so to speak. So it's a great challenge. It's another great opportunity. But when you sign up for this league, every week is a battle. It's a contest. It's what you want in a great league. Every week is tough.
Kickoff against Northern Iowa from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa is set for 4 o'clock on Saturday. That's sports. Your 5-day forecast coming up.
Hillary Dunn was convinced that Western Illinois University would invest in her.
My classes, friends, teachers, and activities have had a tremendous impact on my time here.
Hillary's passion for learning and helping others will lead her down a successful path.
Whether I choose graduate school or missionary work, I'll serve to the best of my ability because I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I'd have to say it's just the fact that you can get involved right away. You walk in the door and you can learn all the equipment. And I've been able to anchor, I've been able to be a DJ on our student-run radio station here. I've been able to work any of the camera equipment and the audio equipment. The fact that you can get involved right away. Everybody's really friendly. They welcome you right when you walk in the door. And you report the news, but you can also have fun stories and hard news stories and conflicting stories. But yet you just get such a real-life experience here at News 3.
And welcome back, Macomb. We're looking at temperatures at about 68 degrees right now, cloudy skies. We actually saw some precipitation out there this morning with some light rain. Dew point sitting at 65 degrees, very humid out there at 91%, with winds out of the southeast at 4 miles per hour. Taking a look at our almanac for today, our high today hit at about 72 degrees, and we're going to drop to a low of 64. On average, we see temperatures at around 70 and 45. Back in 1912, we hit a record high of 89 degrees, and in 1988, we dropped down below freezing to 26 degrees. Taking a look at our Midwest weather tracker, as you can see, we have plenty of clouds over our region, and the sun tried to poke through a little bit today, but for the most part, it was cloudy for all of our day, and again, we even saw some showers throughout the day. Taking a look at our current temperatures, again, 68 here in Macomb, 76 over in Peoria, and 74 over in Bloomington. Temperatures tonight, we are going to see our lows get down into the mid-60s at 64 degrees here in Macomb, 66 in Burlington, and 66 in Keokuk. Looking ahead at tomorrow, we're going to get up into the mid-70s with 74 degrees here in Macomb, 77 in Beardstown, and 78 in Springfield. Temperatures tomorrow night, we are going to see our lows get down again to 64 degrees here in Macomb, 68 in Quincy, and 66 over in Bloomington. Looking at tonight, there are going to be scattered thunderstorms tonight, and they will be widespread as the evening continues, so you'll definitely want that umbrella if you go out tonight, with a low of 64 and winds out of the south at 3 miles per hour, so that's going to be bringing in some slightly warmer air with moisture, so that's going to fuel our humidity for the next day. Looking at tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 74 degrees with winds out of the south at 8 miles per hour, bringing in even more moisture with a chance of rain, some thunderstorms tomorrow, but those possibilities are very low. And looking now at your 5-day forecast, on Friday, again, we are going to see rain all day, most likely, with a high of 73. On Saturday, we're going to see some showers in the morning and then clearing up to cloudy skies in the afternoon with a high of 72. On Sunday, we're going to get those clouds out of our area and we're going to hit a high of 79 degrees, so it's going to be pretty warm out with a low getting down into the upper 50s. On Monday, we're going to see our showers in the morning and then clearing up again into the afternoon with a high of 76. But then on Tuesday, we're going to drop back down to those fall-like temperatures at the mid-60s with plenty of clouds over our area and then dropping down to a low of 42 degrees. Back to you guys. News 3 live at 4 comes back after the break.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Western Illinois University allows you to think for yourself and to discover the freedom to become your own.
Own it at Western.
Think purple.
Think success.
Think for Western Illinois University.
You can be a hero by being prepared for an emergency. First, make a plan. Call a family meeting to plan for things like how to connect with loved ones after an emergency or your escape route. I am not fast. Build a kit. When disaster strikes, it's important to have enough supplies to last 3 days. And don't forget the batteries.
Low battery.
Visit ready.gov/kids for more preparedness tips.
Take a look at this. News 3's Jennifer Holloman tried to rappel down Salee Hall with a little spill.
Oh, wow. The Western Illinois. Oh, I'm sorry. The Western Illinois Department of Military Science hosts the event twice a year. They just wrapped up their final day this semester. And as you can see, she's falling gracefully down
Well,
Salee.
once after she fell, she actually recovered pretty good and started rappelling down the side of the wall. At first, she kind of slipped up a little bit.
That had me really scared. I thought she was going over.
Up in the air, but she's not quite flying. Kind of falling.
But once she got the hang of it, she was on her way down.
Honestly, if it was me, I would probably be too afraid to do that.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
I would think that I'd probably just plummet to the earth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's all for us today.
But we are online all the time.
You can stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on our Twitter.
Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
And from all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.